Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a closer look at really interesting piece of tech. It's often working behind the scenes, powering those big multi-screen setups.
Right.
We're talking about the HDTV Supply WolfPack 4K 30Hz 9x9 seamless HDMI Matrix Switch. It's got 28 video wall modes too.
That's the one. It's quite the command center for video.
Exactly.
Okay.
So our goal today is to really unpack what this thing is, how it works, and maybe why its features could be, well, the game changer if you're managing complex visual stuff. Okay, let's dive in.
Sounds good. It really is a fascinating device. At its heart, it's a seamless HDMI matrix switch. Think of it maybe like a super smart traffic controller, but for your video signals, directing everything exactly where it needs to go.
That's a helpful analogy.
Yeah.
So just for basics, what is a matrix switch?
Yeah.
Fundamentally. And then this specific one, the WolfPack, it's a 9x9. What does that tell us?
Okay, yeah. So a matrix switch lets you connect multiple video sources, like, say, Blu-ray players, computers, cameras, to multiple screens or projectors.
Right.
Independently. The 9x9 part here means this specific model has 9 HDMI inputs that can handle 4K signals, and 9 HDMI outputs, also 4K.
9 in, 9 out. Okay.
Exactly. And that gives you huge flexibility. You can send input 1 to output 3, input 5 to output 8, or send input 2 to all 9 outputs at once. Any combination you want, really.
So complete control over routing.
Precisely. And it supports up to HDMI 1.4V at 4K 30Hz. That's twice the resolution of standard 1080p, so you get really crisp, clear images. Important for detail.
Twice the resolution is definitely noticeable. But, high resolution is one thing, but switching between sources can sometimes be clunky.
Yeah.
This one says seamless switching. What does that actually feel like for the user?
Yeah, that's where the Swift Switch tech comes in. It's powered by their WolfPack engine.
Yeah.
And seamless really does mean seamless, like instantaneous.
No delay.
No delay, no black screen when you switch sources, no flicker, no picture loss. It just changes instantly. Think about a control room or a live event. You just can't have those interruptions. This gets rid of that problem.
Okay, that sounds impressive. Like, really useful. How do they actually do that? What's the tech behind making it switch instantly?
Well, it's pretty clever engineering. The engine basically juggles all the complex digital handshakes, things like EDID.
That's the display ID data.
Right, extended display identification data. And HDCP, the content protection, it manages all of that stuff simultaneously, both on the input side from the source and the output side to the displays.
Okay, so it's doing that proactively.
Exactly. And it also scales the input signal, if needed, to match the best resolution for the output display. And crucially, it uses a frame buffer. It sort of holds the next picture ready, so when you hit switch, it's already there. No waiting, no glitches.
Ah, I see. Very smart. Now, you mentioned it's more than just a switch. It has 28 video wall modes. That sounds like it goes way beyond just sending one input to one output.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's designed specifically to handle a 3x3 video wall configuration using the first HDMI output port, but it supports a ton of configurations.
28, you said. That seems like a lot. What kind of layouts are we talking about? How would you use those?
Well, you have the classic 3x3, obviously, but also things like 4x2, so 4 screens wide, 2 high, or maybe just a long strip like 4x1, 8x1, even 7x1.
Yeah.
Or you could do 2x2, 3x2, or vertical ones like 1x4, 1x8. The list goes on. It gives you immense freedom to design your visual space.
So you could have, say, one big image spread across multiple screens.
Exactly. Or you could even get creative, like maybe have a 2x2 video wall on one side showing one source and another 2x2 next to it showing something else, all managed by this one box. It even lets you adjust for the screen bezels, the edges, to make the whole image look smooth across the displays.
That bezel adjustment is key for a professional look.
Okay.
But incredible video control. How do you actually, control the thing? And what about audio? Does it handle sound too?
Good questions. Control is very flexible. You've got buttons right on the front panel for direct access. There's an included IR remote. Then you get into network control via TCP/IP.
Ah, so web interface.
Yep, a web interface for TCP/IP. And if you set up your router correctly with port forwarding, you could technically control it from anywhere with an internet connection.
Anywhere in the world. That's pretty powerful remote management.
It really is. Plus, it supports standard RS-232 commands, so it integrates well with, existing automation systems like Crestron or AMX.
Gotcha. And the audio.
Right, audio. So each HDMI output carries its own embedded audio, as you'd expect. But there's also a separate analog audio output jack. And you can assign the audio from any of the outputs to come out of that jack.
Oh, handy for sending audio to a separate sound system.
Exactly. And it also supports balanced audio extraction,
Right.
which is more of a pro-level feature for cleaner audio signals over longer runs, avoiding noise. Very useful in complex setups.
Okay, this thing sounds packed with features. But what about the nitty-gritty? Compliance, compatibility, things that make it reliable day to day.
Sure, it's fully compliant with HDCP 2.2 and the older HDCP 1.4. That's the copy protection stuff, so you won't have issues playing protected content from Blu-rays or streaming services.
Essential these days.
Definitely. It also has built-in EDID management. Remember the display ID? It has presets for 4K 30Hz, 1080p, and you can even load custom user settings. That helps ensure your sources and displays talk to each other correctly.
So fewer compatibility headaches.
Hopefully, yeah. And for keeping it up to date, there's a micro USB port for firmware updates. Other neat things. You can actually create a 3x3 multi-view display from any output port.
Wait, multi-view? Like picture-in-picture or multiple sources on one screen?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Showing multiple sources tiled on a single connected display. And you can save your favorite configurations, your routing, your video wall setups as modes, and recall them quickly.
That's useful for different scenarios. What about the physical unit itself?
It's designed for standard racks. It's a 1U height unit, so about 1.7 inches tall. It's 19 inches wide with the rack ears attached, and about 9.5 inches deep. Pretty standard, easy to install. Comes with a DC 12-volt power supply.
Nice and compact for what it does.
Yeah.
And for listeners interested, what's the approximate cost and maybe the part number?
The list price is $1,999.95. The part number is HDTV SSM X99B, and the UPC is 728-350-688-104. Oh, and it's also TAA compliant.
TAA compliant, what does that mean?
It means it meets the requirements of the U.S. Trade Agreements Act, so it can be sold to U.S. government agencies, often important for government or certain enterprise contracts.
Okay, good to know. That gives us a really detailed look at this specific 9x9 switch. But maybe let's zoom out a bit. Where does this fit in with HDTV Supply generally and this whole WolfPack family they mentioned?
Right. Well, HDTV Supply isn't new to this. They've been around for 24 years, certified since 2003. They're also an HD-based adopter, which signals some serious expertise in signal distribution tech.
So established players.
Yeah. And this switch is part of their WolfPack line. The key thing they emphasize about WolfPack is customizability. The source material mentions the family can be created however you wish.
Meaning they have other sizes and types.
Exactly. You'll see other matrix switches like 4x4, 8x8. They have options that go up to 4K 60 Hz if you need that higher frame rate. And they also delve into more advanced stuff like HDMI over IP solutions.
Like sending HDMI signals over a network.
Precisely. They mention things like a 4K 60 9x9 SDVoE HDMI Matrix switch over LAN with video wall. SDVoE is a high-end video over IP standard, or even the ability to sort of build your own HDMI over IP matrix. So this 9x9 seamless switch fits into a much broader portfolio aimed at tackling pretty much any complex AV distribution challenge.
Okay, that makes sense. It's one piece of a larger puzzle they offer.
Yeah.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, our listener, thinking about managing video setups?
Well, I think if we connect this back, the main point is simplification and capability. Technology like this WolfPack switch takes what can be a really complex, potentially messy setup, multiple sources, multiple screens, video walls, and puts the control into one reliable box. The seamless switching removes a major frustration point. The sheer number of video wall modes offers incredible creative flexibility, and the various control options mean it can integrate easily. It streamlines the whole process while adding powerful features.
It really does consolidate a lot of function. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Consider how that kind of detailed, smooth, instant control over many large screens could really transform how information gets presented, whether it's in a high-stakes control room, an engaging classroom, or even, a really dynamic retail or entertainment space.
Yeah.
What kind of visual story could you tell if you had that level of